All right, good afternoon. My name is Jay Murray. I'm a Public Information Officer with the Winnipeg Police Service. Today we're going to talk about an incident that occurred yesterday morning. There's a video that was shared on social media very widely. Admittedly, it's a tough video to watch. It involves the use of force by our officers. And that video shows the arrest of this individual. So for the first thing, I'm going to just recount, or I'm just going to go over again the incident for those that aren't aware. On June 11, 2020, at 7:45 a.m., WPS responded to the report of a man with a gun behind the concert hall. The male appeared to be on methamphetamine and fractured a large granite slab valued at approximately $10,000. He then used a brick to smash a window in the concert hall valued at approximately $7,000 and broke into the building. He was confronted by security and left. He then brandished a handgun, terrifying pedestrians, and resulted in multiple calls to 911. Bystanders pointed out the male to responding officers who confronted the male. He discarded the handgun but refused to comply with officers' demands to get on the ground. He assaulted one of the officers but was forced to the ground. Officers struggled in their attempts to place the male into handcuffs. While struggling with the officers, a knife and a heavy bar were located on the male. The male was taken into custody without any injuries, and officers recovered the handgun at the scene. Flynn Nolan Dorian, a 33-year-old male of Winnipeg, has been charged with possession of a weapon ×3, assault a peace officer, resist a peace officer, mischief over 5,000 ×2, break and enter, fail to comply with probation order, and that's for having a weapon contrary to his order. And he also had an outstanding arrest warrant for an assault charge, and he was detained in custody. Spelling of that name is F-L-I-N-N. Nolan, N-O-L-A-N, and last name is Dorian, D-O-R-I-A-N, and again, he's a 33-year-old male of Winnipeg. We hadn't released his name yesterday as he was still in the process of being charged at the time of the release. But now we're going to look at what led up to this incident, what brought officers to the area, and then we're going to look at a video that shows, I believe it provides better context and it's of higher quality, and it'll show exactly what happened. So first of all, the first call for service came at 7:47 a.m. It was for a male that had broken into a building, caused a large amount of damage, and was carrying around a metal cover from a recycling bin. There was also a belief that the male was armed with what was described as a heavy metal object, and it's unknown if this was the cover or another item. The male then had walked off. About 15 minutes later, a second call was received indicating that the male was holding a handgun and appeared to be cocking the firearm. He was still carrying a piece of metal and was smashing windows in the area now. Almost concurrently at the same time, a third call was received indicating that the male was armed with a firearm, which was described as a black pistol. He was holding what was described as a screwdriver or a long metal bar. Members of the downtown biz that had been in the area began to warn people in the area to stay away. Officers arrived on scene minutes later and encountered the individual, which will show the video. So